sometimes when you do intermittent fasting, when you fast for a longer period of time, you might be more hungry. Like if I skip breakfast, who knows, for lunch I might be hungrier. Be very careful not to. And this bacteria, Lactobacillus reuteri, has been shown to reduce inflammation in the body. It promotes good, healthy immune function, and it actually speeds up healing. What is the kind of fat that's in avocado? It's called, and by the way, that's the opposite of the saturated fat that's found in butter. Intermittent fasting helps your metabolism get stronger. 3 facts you need to know about intermittent fasting before you eat breakfast in the morning. Fact number 1. Today we're going to talk about 3 facts you need to know about intermittent fasting before you eat breakfast in the morning. Fact number 1, we are intermittently fasting every single day. It's the most natural thing to our body. And the reason is that fasting means not eating. And when we're sleeping, we're not eating. And so every single day when we're sleeping, we are actually doing fasting. We intermittently sleep every 24 hours, every day, means that we're intermittently fasting. Intermittent fasting is not actually something that was invented as a health trend. It is something that is very natural. Fact number 2, when you're actually fasting, you're actually turning on your metabolism. That's right. Intermittent fasting helps your metabolism get stronger. And the reason is this. When you're actually eating, you're putting calories in your body's metabolism is ready to actually receive those nutrients and begin storing the energy into your body, right? But when you're fasting, not eating, your body's like a race car. It shifts gears in order to go from food storing, energy storing mode to energy burning mode. So when you're sleeping and you're fasting and you're not eating, your metabolism shifts into fuel burning mode. That's right. When you're sleeping, you're burning fuel. And one of the things it does is it burns off those extra calories you might have eaten during the day, and it actually can burn down harmful body fat. And that's another benefit of intermittent fasting. Fact number 3, even though intermittent fasting is often described as 16 hours of not eating fasting and 8 hours of eating, in fact, it's pretty hard to squeeze all your eating in 8 hours for most people. If you got a family, if you got a job, if you're actually out and about traveling, not that easy to squeeze all your eating into 8 hours. However, studies have shown that even if you fast 12 hours and eat for 12 hours, which is a much more reasonable pattern for intermittent fasting, you still get the benefit. You still activate your metabolism. You still burn down harmful body fat, and you still lose weight. Now, you do lose more weight when you actually can fast for 16 hours. 12 hours is enough to actually give you a boost. And so here's how I think about 12 hours of fasting. So think about it. If you eat dinner at, let's say, 7 o'clock in the evening, and most people eat dinner for about an hour. So at 8 o'clock, you put your dishes away. Now, don't eat after you put your dishes away. All right. When your dishes go into the sink, that's it. No more food. And now let's say you go to bed at 11 o'clock. You've had 3 hours of not eating. Now, 11 o'clock, let's say you go to bed. We all know that you should be sleeping about 8 hours a day. Good for your immune system, good for overall health. All right. Brain, heart health. All 8 hours is good for, is a really, really good period of rest. Well, 8 hours from 11 o'clock means you're getting up at, let's say, 7 o'clock in the morning. All right. So it's 3 hours after the dishes go in the sink plus 8 hours. That's 11 hours. Now let's say you get up at 7. All right. Now, rather than do what your mother told you to do, which is to roll out of bed and eat breakfast right away so you could catch the school bus to go to school with some nutrition in your system so your brain will function, you can learn. In fact, as adults, we don't need to do that. So when you get up, let's say it's 7 in the morning, here's what I do. I don't eat breakfast right away. In fact, I will wait about an hour before I eat anything. All right. And how do I do that? Well, I take my time getting ready. Take a shower, get dressed. I might check my emails. I might read a book. I might go out for a walk. It's just an hour. All right. And then I might sit down to eat something. And now let's do the math. From 8 o'clock the evening before to 11 o'clock, that's 3 hours. Don't eat. No midnight snack. Don't be sitting in front of the television eating snacks along the way in the evening. Okay, now 11 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning, that is 8 hours. Now you're talking about 3 plus 8 is 11 hours. I told you get up and take your time. Don't eat anything right away. And now you're adding an extra hour, 3 plus 8, 11 plus 1. Bingo, you got your 12 hours of fasting. Now, during that time, remember what I told you. When you're fasting, your body shifts into metabolism gear to burn down extra calories and burn down harmful body fat. And during that period, also reset your gut microbiome. Hey, if you're enjoying this content, then I know you'll love my guide on the 5 foods that you can add to your daily routine to optimize your fitness. We all know that food is a powerful tool that we can use to elevate our health. And my guide tells you about 5 specific foods that you can add to you and your family's next meal plan. And you can get it for free right now in the caption below. Now, back to the video. Now you got healthier gut. Healthy gut, healthy body, healthy brain, better mood. All right, so intermittent fasting, 12 and 12, actually gives you lots of benefits. And although you get more benefits if you fast for 16 hours, 12 hours fasting is perfectly reasonable in order to be able to do. I'm going to give you some bonus tips on intermittent fasting when you're going to do it, no matter how often and how long you actually do it. One thing is that when you're fasting, intermittent fasting, when you do eat, one of the things that you want to make sure you do is you don't overeat. Sometimes when you do intermittent fasting, when you fast for a longer period of time, you might be more hungry. Like if I skip breakfast, who knows? For lunch, I might be hungrier. Be very careful not to overeat when you actually sit down to eat. That's a very important tip. Second tip is that when you're going to eat healthy food. Don't fast and do all this good stuff for your metabolism and then make a poor choice by eating ultra-processed foods and processed sugars and just kind of like undo all the healthy things that you just did for yourself. So if you want to up your game with avocado toast, you got to watch this video to the end. And remember, if you like my content, please hit subscribe on my channel. Are you ready? All right, let's dive in. First thing you need to know about avocado toast is that it is a great breakfast food. Now you can have it for any meal, but breakfast is really where it really shines. Avocados you can get year-round in the grocery store. All right, they're super affordable and they're easy to use. If you just cut one up, all right, just slice around the end. It's got a kind of a hardish black-green shell. Slice it around the edge, open it up, and you take a knife or a spoon. You can actually, you take the pit out with a knife, and then take a knife or a spoon and spread the avocado like butter on a slice of healthy sourdough bread. That's basically the way to actually get the basic recipe for avocado toast, right? And why did I say sourdough bread? Well, because traditional sourdough bread is made with a healthy bacteria that's also found in your gut. It's called Lactobacillus reuteri, all right? Lactobacillus creates lactic acid. The lactic acid is what makes sourdough tangy, all right? Healthy gut bacteria, this is a probiotic bread. And this bacteria, Lactobacillus reuteri, has been shown to reduce inflammation in the body. It promotes good, healthy immune function, and it actually speeds up healing. And one study even showed that it actually makes your hair shiny as well. It makes you give you a glow to your skin and good shiny hair. So all kinds of things that are tasty that you put together sourdough bread with avocado. Now, why did I say you can spread avocado like butter on toast? Well, because most of us grew up spreading butter on toast, right? That's the classic breakfast food. You want some toast, you want some butter, you spread it on there, maybe add some jam, all right? But these days, we know that regular white bread, which is what we all used to eat as toast, isn't the best choice. It's ultra-processed. We also know that butter is a saturated fat, so good to not use very much of it, okay? Or cut it out. Got saturated fat was not heart healthy, but we still love that creamy, buttery taste, right? That's where avocados come in, all right? Because it's creamy. That's the flesh. It's got a nice buttery taste. In fact, it has beneficial fats in it. And that's basically what you're getting. You're actually spreading a fat on that toast. Please choose sourdough. It's a probiotic toast, All right. But the fat, back to the fat, you spread it on. What is the kind of fat that's in avocado? It's called MUFA, M-U-F-A. And that stands for monounsaturated fatty acid, M-U-F-A, MUFAs. All right. That's the kind of healthy fat that's actually found in avocados. And by the way, that's the opposite of the saturated fat that's found in butter. Tastes very buttery, but actually is a complete opposite end of the spectrum. Avocado fat is healthy fat. Butter, saturated fat, not so healthy. All right. Now, MUFAs actually help to lower blood cholesterol. So that's the other benefit as well. So this is actually the start for avocado toast. Now, before we go a little further, I want to just sort of tell you a little bit about breakfast as well. And this is important because it helps you decide whether you're going to have breakfast or not. The word breakfast literally means breaking your fast. Break fast. All right. And this is actually very important for your metabolism because when you are fasting, which is when you're not eating, and when you're sleeping, you're not eating. So every single night you are actually fasting because most people don't eat when they're sleeping. All right. You're actually fasting. What happens is that your metabolism, while you're not eating, shifts into fat burning mode. That's right. You heard me. When you're sleeping, and you're not exercising, you're actually burning down extra harmful body fat. That's how your metabolism works. All right. Because your body knows that you're not going to be eating, you're not going to be putting any more fuel into your body, but it needs fuel to run. So where does it get the fuel from? It taps into your extra body fat and burns down that stored fat in order to get that fuel. All right. Fasting means that you're burning fat, and that actually helps to improve your metabolism. And by the way, this is why intermittent fasting actually works to help you lose weight and improve your metabolism. It's not really a trend. It's something that's so natural to us. We all practice intermittent fasting. And when you wake up, all right, and you're going to eat something in the morning, what are you doing? You are breaking your fast, hence breakfast, all right? And when you start putting food in your mouth and you start eating, you're adding fuel to your body for energy, right? Your body senses this and it actually reverses gears. So it's now not burning fat. It's loading up the energy from the food you're eating, all right, into your body fat. It shifts what it does. It goes completely in reverse. Instead of burning fuel, it's now receiving fuel from the food that you're eating and storing it in your body fat, all right? So what do I mean by storing fuel? Well, if you really think about it, our bodies are like your car. It needs to be fueled up. And you don't think about it fueling up until your gas gauge starts to read, fuel gauge starts to read on empty. Then all you can do is think about actually filling it up. That's actually what we do when our body is low on fuel, right? All of a sudden you're like, oh man, I got to get something to eat. And that's actually your brain registering that your fuel tanks are low and now you got to find some food. When you're sleeping, your body's not getting food for a long enough period of time because you've been eating most of the day, for example, 3 times a day. And so it's got plenty of stored fuel. Problem is that many of us overeat and now we've got way too much fuel, extra fuel around. So it gets harder and harder to burn it all the way back down. If you do this day in and day out, guess what? You're going to pile up your fuel, and now you're going to have a lot of extra body fat, a lot of extra fuel. So the quality of the fuel that you put in your body matters a lot. So just like a gas station, if you're going to pull your car up to the filling station and you're going to choose the cheapest possible fuel to put in your car, you're low on money, you don't want to pay the highest quality fuel, you could do that once in a while, not a problem. But if every time you fill up your car with fuel, you are deliberately choosing the cheapest quality gas, guarantee you your car is not going to last as long as somebody who takes care and invests in making sure high quality fuel is what he or she puts into the fuel tank every single time. All right. And that's what I'm talking about when you're finally breaking your fast and your body is looking for fuel, all right, in the morning, let's say. What are you going to choose? You're going to choose the not so good fuel like saturated fat from butter, or you're going to try to choose the MUFAs, which are actually a better choice, a healthier choice for your body because they can actually help you lower cholesterol and improve your metabolism, right? So this is actually why avocado toast on sourdough bread is a really great choice for you when you're breaking your fast and you're having breakfast, all right? And by the way, the other thing about avocados that's really good is they are a great source of dietary fiber, all right? Dietary fiber is good for your gut health, and you probably know this, but our gut health is really important for our overall health. The fiber from avocado feeds your gut microbiome. That's your healthy gut bacteria. We all have it, 39 trillion bacteria in our gut. That's the lower part of our digestive system. Most of those healthy bacteria are found in your colon. All right, that's like the last part of your gut. And it's the bacteria found in a little pouch in the colon called the cecum, C-E-C-U-M. Guess what? That's right next to the appendix. So we're now beginning to rethink maybe the appendix has a role, an important role in doing air traffic control for your gut microbiome. And so this is where the discovery of how important our healthy gut bacteria is, and also leading us to rethink things like your appendix, but also helping us rethink about the role of the dietary fiber that you can actually eat. All right. When you feed your gut bacteria dietary fiber, like from avocado, what does it do? The bacteria are happily fed, and in response, they actually produce their own metabolites. So your healthy gut bacteria, when they're fed, release natural chemicals. These are metabolites called short-chain fatty acids, SCFA, short-chain fatty acids. They get into the bloodstream, and they do a lot of things, these short-chain fatty acids. One, they lower inflammation, which is actually a really awesomely good thing for your gut bacteria, our gut bacteria to do. Second thing is that they actually help to streamline our blood glucose so that we don't have like really erratic management of blood glucose. How does it do it? Well, among several different things that can actually happen, your gut bacteria actually makes your body more insulin sensitive, right? So that way, for whatever insulin you're putting out, it'll actually efficiently draw that blood glucose down. So your blood glucose doesn't build up in your body. A lot of people talk about glucose spikes. The spike is less important than actually the overall levels of glucose that are there. So you want your insulin, which draws that blood glucose into your cells, to be working really well, which means that you want your body to be sensitive to insulin. Healthy gut bacteria, that's one of the things that they actually do. Now, the other thing that healthy gut bacteria does is that it actually lowers your blood lipids, like your cholesterol levels, right? And that's really important for heart health because cholesterol is not one substance, different types of cholesterol. The cholesterol that you don't want is called LDL, or low density lipoprotein. This is the so-called bad cholesterol. When there's huge amounts of that LDL, bad cholesterol around, that's the kind of cholesterol that can stick to your arteries, all right, and start to clog them up. So think about grease sticking to the sides of your kitchen pipes under your drain, all right, in your kitchen. That's starting to be clogged. So LDL will do that. But there's another kind of cholesterol that's good cholesterol called HDL, and HDL kind of removes the LDL from your bloodstream. So you want more good cholesterol and less bad cholesterol. Guess what? Avocado, with its healthy fats, MUFAs, actually can help do that. All right. And so can your healthy gut bacteria when you actually give it dietary fiber, which is also found in avocado. So I'm just explaining to you how a simple spread avocado on toast, for example, healthy toast, can actually have multiple benefits for your metabolism that actually makes this a really, really healthy choice. All right. The fiber in avocado feeds your gut bacteria, which then helps your metabolism. But it does one other thing that you need to know about, right? You want to get a good start during the day. You want to be in a good mood, hopefully, right? Some people are naturally in a good mood when they wake up in the morning. Other people, they need a little bit of guidance to get in the best possible mood. Guess what? Good, healthy gut bacteria fed by dietary fiber, which you get from avocado, good, healthy gut bacteria text messages your brain and tells your brain to release social hormones and feel-good hormones like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. So good, healthy gut bacteria also means that you have a good mood, better mood as well. Another reason to think about adding avocado for your breakfast. You want to get a good start in your day? Think about avocado. All right. So lots of reasons that avocado is beneficial. And by the way, there's also a bioactive in avocado. We talked about the healthy fats. We talked about the healthy fiber. And now there's a bioactive that's in avocado that's called avocatin. And it's got another letter behind it, B. B as in boy. Avocatin B. And guess what's been discovered? Avocatin B, which is a bioactive polyphenol found in avocados, can help your body burn down body fat. This was actually discovered in the lab, looking at avocatin B. What does it actually do for health? And because I'm a cancer researcher, I got to tell you this. Lab studies have even shown that avocatin B, which is found in avocados, can even kill some form of cancer cells. All right? Pretty cool. There's lab research, but we're beginning to discover more and more about what some of the benefits could be of the substances that are present in avocado. Now, I also told you that sourdough bread has the benefits of the Lactobacillus reuteri, the healthy bacteria that makes sourdough a probiotic. So now you start combining these together, right? You got a probiotic bread that you actually are spreading avocado on. That's got healthy MUFA fats. It's got healthy dietary fiber, and it's got healthy bioactives like avocatin B. All of these work together to build good gut health, better metabolism, better insulin sensitivity, and lowers inflammation in your body. Simple breakfast item does a lot of really, really great things. All right. So back to the fuel analogy, when you're actually breaking your fast in the morning and loading fuel into your body, into your body's fuel tank. All right. Avocado toast is a great choice. And because it's actually made of ingredients, the sourdough bread and the avocado, that is a quality fuel they're actually putting into your tank. Now, since I like to cook and I like to, play around with kitchen ingredients and make things tasty, I got to tell you, you can jazz up your avocado toast pretty easily. One of the things that I love to do is to sprinkle some broccoli sprouts on it. All right. Broccoli sprouts are baby broccoli, 3 to 4 day old broccoli. All right. They have a very, very mild, slightly nutty taste. They don't taste anything like broccoli, but they actually contain a lot of a bioactive that's found in broccoli called sulforaphanes. All right. Now, grown-up broccoli have sulforaphanes. These sulforaphanes do a big job in terms of lowering inflammation and improving your metabolism. But guess what? The baby broccoli sprouts have 100 times more sulforaphane than the grown-up full-size broccoli. So you're getting a really, really potent hit of these sulforaphanes, these health activators that can actually boost your immune system as well. And there was one study conducted at the University of North Carolina that looked at young people that were getting a flu vaccine, all right? And they gave some of them, half of them, a shake that was made with broccoli sprouts. Another group, another half, actually just got placebo, all right? Now, everybody got the flu vaccine, and the broccoli shake drinkers drank their shake. After a couple of days, the researchers measured blood. They took blood from these subjects, and they measured their immune response. And guess what? The broccoli shake drinkers, all right, had the broccoli sprout shakes, actually had 22 times higher levels of a beneficial immune response that would help them fight the flu. First of all, you got to think that's pretty cool. These little tiny baby sprouts actually contain enough sulforaphane to power up the immune system and immune-specific immune cells. That's a good thing. All right. And they taste great, and they're not very expensive. And you just actually sprinkle a few on avocado toast is a great way to actually use them in addition to making a shake. So you can amplify the benefits of avocado toast by sprinkling on some broccoli sprouts. Now, here's another way that if you want to actually add some zing, some power of potency to your avocado for metabolism especially, try sprinkling on some small amount of dried chili flakes. You know, the same kind of flakes that you would actually get in a pizza store. You know, you're going to shake. They come in these little tiny glass things. They're small little flakes, red and orange flakes in there. Try adding that, sprinkling that on the avocado toast. Now, I happen to like spicy food, so if you're like me, that is actually really, really great. Great way to kind of light up. You get a little zing out of the avocado toast. You can also squeeze a little bit of lemon on it as well. Lemon, chili, put a slight sprinkling of salt on the avocado toast. Now you've got like something really special. It's going to light up your taste buds right in the morning. But let's go back to chili. Use chili flakes. Chili flakes actually can have a bioactive that's called capsaicin. capsaicin, capsaicin. And capsaicin is found naturally in chili. It is the thing in chili, the natural chemical that gives you the zing, the burn. All right. And here's what happens. When you have chili peppers and you eat them and you start feeling the spicy zing on your tongue, it's the capsaicin that is triggering, hitting a button on your tongue. We call the button a receptor, and that receptor is called TRPV1. All right. It's like hitting an elevator button with your finger. So if the capsaicin and chili pepper is like the finger, once you get the zing in your mouth, it's on your tongue, it's like pushing the elevator, the capsaicin, and that elevator button actually sends a signal to your brain. And your brain, when you eat anything spicy, when the button is pushed and the signal is sent to the brain will begin to produce and release a neurotransmitter called norepinephrine. So think about this as a chain reaction that occurs whenever you're having chili pepper. We just get the zing, right? Some people are super tasters, we call them. So they're very sensitive they have a lot of taste buds. So even a little chili is like way too much. But for many of us, you can actually, some people really love spicy food. One of the benefits is that you're sending a signal to your brain, releasing this neurotransmitter, and guess what it does? That neurotransmitter tells your body to burn down harmful body fat, okay? So this is one way, by adding chili peppers, to extend your fat burning. Remember I told you, when you're sleeping, you're burning fat because you're fasting. Wake up, you're breaking your fast by having breakfast. If you have avocado toast and you sprinkle little chili flakes on there, now you're actually going to prompt your body to keep burning down that body fat, right? So that's another thing that you might want to think about. So we talked about avocado toast as a great breakfast choice, but I also want to tell you about some things that are not so great that we eat for breakfast. And maybe with this information, you'll swap out some of the things that aren't so good by adding avocado toast. All right. So let's talk about the foods that are what I would call low quality fuel. Remember, we talked about pulling your car up to the filling station. You got your choice what kind of fuel you're going to use. Why not use the best fuel that you can afford? Because that's actually going to help your car run better and fast and longer, and you're going to keep it in better shape. And so the same thing for breakfast. So avocado toast is really great. Let's talk about some things that are not so great, that are common for breakfast. Ready? Cereal. Cereal is one of those foods that's kind of low quality fuel. It's ultra processed. They extrude grain, stuff like that, and they add sugar and frosted, adding different kinds of sweetened ingredients to it. Take a look at the side of a cereal box and you'll realize, man, that's not so good. I want to put that in my body. Another breakfast food that's very common, it's not so great, is bacon, okay, or breakfast sausage. Breakfast sausage, patties or links, bacon, all the same. These are meats. These are processed meats. They've been shown to be a class 1 carcinogen by the World Health Organization, which means there's enough evidence to suggest that they actually can increase your risk for cancer. For example, like colon cancer. So bacon, sausage, they all taste great. Okay, we probably grew up with them. I grew up with that kind of stuff. Not a good choice for breakfast, okay, because of for all the reasons I actually just said. Now, any kind of ultra-processed food for breakfast is also not so good. Even a breakfast bar, those healthy breakfast bars that they sell. Just open them up and you take one with you and eat it. And it's supposed to give you, all the balanced things, the oats and everything else. Well, guess what? Read the ingredient label, because a lot of them, even though they might have oats, for example, or they may have dates, they actually have other additives, and some of them have added sugar as well. And some even have artificial flavoring, artificial preservatives, all the stuff that's not so good, right? So we talked about things that are not so good for you. We talked about cereal, bacon, sausage, breakfast bars, most of them. Make your own breakfast bar if you want to actually make one. Then you know everything that's in it. That's my point. All right. Whatever you make yourself, you're guaranteed to know everything that's in it, and you get to control what you're putting into your body. All right.
Hey there. I've got an exciting resource just for you, and it's all about the 5 brain-boosting habits for longevity. These simple but powerful habits are all based on science and can help elevate your brain's cognitive ability and support your overall brain health. If you're ready to unlock the secrets to a sharper mind and a healthier future, then click the link below the video to access this valuable information. Or you can take out your smartphone and scan the QR code on the screen right now. Now, let's get back to the video.
The other thing that's not so good are sugary beverages. All right, so be very careful of fruit juices. Look at the label and see if there's any added sugar in it. Try not to have any added sugar, right? Because juice is classic breakfast food, right? Orange juice, cranberry juice, tomato juice, grapefruit juice. Make sure you're checking what is in the juice that you're consuming, and try to stay away from added sugar is really what I'm actually saying, and also chemical preservatives, right? So these classic breakfast foods, not so good for you. Avocado toast, good for you. That's really my point, all right? You want to make a healthier choice, look at avocado toast. You can dress it up with all kinds of things. This is not just a trend. This is actually a healthy way to break your fast, to light up your day, put high quality fuel into your body, do something good for your brain health as well and your gut health, all right? And it's super, super tasty. Now, there's one more thing I want to tell you about that's good about avocados, all right? And that is when you eat an avocado, the dietary fiber in it actually makes you feel more full or satiated. And if you eat your avocado toast, mindfully, so you're not wolfing it down, give time for, enjoy it, savor it. Okay. What happens is that it'll send signals to your brain that'll make you feel less hungry. So number one, if you eat slowly, you'll be less likely to overeat at breakfast, but even better, with avocado on board, you'll be less likely, because you're sated, of overeating in your next meal as well. Okay. So it doesn't take very much to actually slow down or lower the amount of food that you're actually going to eat at your next meal. It's called satiety. It makes you feel satiated. So avocado for breakfast helps you not overeat at lunch. That is really all good stuff. Now, I think I told you how I'd make avocado toast, but here it goes again. All right. I'll take a slice of sourdough bread. I'll toast it up. I'll take half of a ripe avocado. So cut it open it up, take a knife, pull out the pit. All right. And then you're just left with this nice soft green flesh inside this dark green black shell. Even a spoon or a knife comes right out. All right. And spread it right on that toast. Add a pinch of sea salt. I put some fresh cracked pepper on it, or the chili flakes. All right. For the reasons that I told you, it helps you burn extra body fat. Squeeze a little bit of fresh lemon juice on it. And then if you want to, sprinkle some sprouts on it. Guarantee you, you're actually going to love it. It's a great way of complementing whatever else you might be having for breakfast. But this is the standalone, all right? And if you want to serve it with some eggs, good organic free-range eggs, great source of protein, great source of bioactives, brain health, eye health, good source of protein. These are also reasons to actually have avocado toast with a little bit of egg. That's a good partner rather than sausage or bacon or cereal, these other things, all right? And don't forget your cup of coffee along with it. That's actually really good, right? So now you've got the longevity enhancing benefits of coffee and anti-inflammatory, the metabolism activating benefits, gut health activating benefits, which helps longevity of the avocado, the probiotic aspect of the sourdough toast, and now if you have some eggs with the nice yolk, like dark blood red orange yolk. That's how egg yolks are supposed to be, not bright yellow. Now you get the lutein zeaxanthin, which is good for eye health as you're aging. And you get a good source of protein because as we get older, over the age of 40, we actually need to increase our intake of protein. You see, coffee, avocado toast with all the fixins I told you about, and a sunny side up egg or a scrambled egg. It's a great way to actually start the day for overall health. Okay, you can also make a guacamole out of avocado that you can have with some hopefully oven baked tortilla chips. That's another way to actually use avocado. Most people don't actually have nachos for breakfast, and that's why I talk about avocado toast. One other thing, by the way, you can actually add to your avocado toast if you can't find broccoli sprouts or don't want broccoli sprouts. You can take some cherry tomatoes, all right, slice them right in half and just top them on top of the avocado toast. The red and the green, beautiful color. There's lycopene in tomatoes. And then if you want to add something else to it, sprinkle some pumpkin seeds on top of it. Get a little bit of crunch, get a little bit of the more fiber from the seeds, different texture, different flavor. Great way to kind of light up your breakfast. Now, what about finding avocados at the store? All right, how do you find a ripe one? Because I always when I talk about food, I'm like trying to figure out, like, if you're listening to this and you're thinking about what am I going to do? How do I actually use the food? How do I find the food? I try to tell you, give you some simple tips on how to do it. So shopping for avocados, you go to the produce section. There's usually a big pile of them on the front, like they're stacked up, right? Like cannonball kind of thing. They were small. How do you find a ripe one? Well, you pick one up and you squeeze it. It should be slightly soft to the touch, but not mushy. Like it's not going to give all the way. It's going to give a little bit, okay? Gently press it and it should have some give. And look at it. Make sure there's no dents, there's no cracks, all right? And sometimes the color can be the giveaway. So there's a kind of avocado that's very common in the United States called the Hass, Haas, Hass avocado. And when those are ripening, they actually turn darker, almost black, all right? That black-green color I was telling you about, the darker the color, the riper it's likely to be. Pick one of the darker ones up, give it a little squeeze. It should just get a little give. And that's actually the best way to ripen, to pick a ripe avocado at the store. Now, if you want to actually buy avocados, a bunch of avocados and bring them home, maybe you're not going to eat them all at the same time. Don't buy all super ripe avocados. You can buy some that are a little bit harder with less give, and you can keep them on your counter. And the way to speed up the ripening when you get home, stick them in a paper bag and add a banana or an apple into the bag. Just crinkle up and squeeze the top of the bag. And guess what happens? The fruits, the apples or banana, as they are ripening, they give off a natural gas called ethylene gas. If it's in a paper bag, that ethylene gas will influence the avocado that you've also put in the bag, and that gas will help ripen the avocados faster, okay? And by the way, if things are ripening too quickly for you, stick the avocado in the fridge, and that'll actually slow down the ripening process a little bit more. Okay, hope you learned something about avocados today, and avocado toast, of course. And thanks very much for watching. And if you liked this video and you want to see more of it, remember to hit the subscribe button. All right, I will catch you in the next video. Hey, if you like that video, then you're going to love this one. Check it out.